this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And in that same spirit, I'm going to confess up front, I am on the warpath. I really am. These people, these Afro-Latinos, whatever they call themselves, do not know how to say thank you. They come up here like Gina Torres, help themselves to our culture, and then start talking about how the Latino community that are underrepresented because they're not well represented in America. You're supposed to be represented in... I just don't get these people. Anyway, let me tell you what I'm talking about. This man's name is Coleman Domingo. He's a Belizean. He comes from the country of Belize. He played Byron Rustin in the biopic movie about civil rights leader Byron Rustin, and he has been nominated for an Oscar for his performance playing an African American icon. Okay? But here's the headline. Coleman Domingo's historic Oscar nomination, a win for underrepresented Afro-Latinos. Now, I'm probably being selfish, but he needs to come out. I don't know who. Oh, there's somebody named Michelle Gonzalez, and I guess this is a Latina person. I don't know if she's Afro-Latino or not, but this ought to lead with Coleman Domingo thanks Byron Rustin for giving him this unique opportunity to portray him in a movie and be nominated for an Oscar. Because his being Afro-Latina doesn't mean anything really, because this role really should have gone to an African American, Black American, or whatever y'all want to call it. But since he did get the role, this ought to lead with thanking him and the Black American community for embracing him and allowing him to play this role. I know white folks own these studios, but we don't say anything because we don't want to say anything. If we were to start making a noise about it, I guarantee you it would make a difference. But anyway, it says, on January 23rd, 2024, Coleman Domingo made history by becoming the first Afro-Latino to be nominated for Best Actor at the Oscars. This comes after his powerhouse performance in the biopic Rustin, based on the life of Byron Rustin, a dedicated activist for racial equality, worldwide democracy, and human rights. Rustin played a key role in organizing the 1960 Washington March with Martin Luther King Jr. Still, that role was greatly overlooked because he was marginalized for being an openly gay black man, and that is true. Now, this is Byron Rustin. He is a handsome, distinguished-looking, well-put-together-looking black man. And this is who they picked to play him. This is Coleman Domingo. That's what he looked like in the movie. Now, I felt some kind of way about the difference in physical appearance, but I thought I was being petty, so I just said it to myself. But now that I read this article, I feel like with the magic of makeup these days, I feel like they could have done a better job of making him look a little bit more like Byron Rustin, who really was a handsome man. And I'll leave it at that. As an Afro-Latina of Belizean and Guatemalan heritage, Domingo's nomination is a huge win for the Afro-Latino community, especially in Hollywood. Afro-Latinos around the world are underrepresented and deeply misunderstood. This is clearly reflected in the entertainment industry, where most of the Latin stars most people know are racially white, white passing, or lighter shades of brown. Names like Sofia Vergara, Salma Hayek, Pedro Pascal and Oscar Isaac come to mind. Yeah, white folk. Well, that's true. And in the United States, all of the actors and actresses were white too. And just like everything else, black actors and actresses had to fight for their right to sit at the table and be in movies. And you people come up here talking about, oh, we're underrepresented. Yes, you are, because you haven't fought for anything. You're underrepresented in your own homeland. You're underrepresented everywhere you go because you don't want to fight for anything. You want to come in and ride on somebody else's coattail. Before black Americans started fighting for their rights to be in Hollywood being represented as black people, they were left out too. And when they did get a job, they had to get a job as a maid or a cook or a criminal. And even with Hattie McDaniel in 1940, she won an Oscar and couldn't even go on the stage and get it. She had to go to the back and make her speech. So you people come up here and think that, oh, America's America and everything's so great in America. No, it's not. You have to fight in America for what you want. You need to get some coverage. Maybe you could get somewhere in your own homeland. You people come over here and you want to, well, they misunderstand Afro-Latino. They don't. You ain't Afro-Latino to them. You just a black person. I'm Dominican. I'm not black. I'm not Afro. Nobody cares about that. You need to fight for your rights to be represented in your own homeland. Then coming over here, taking over our culture, and then complaining because they won't cast you as a white person. Now listen to this. This is the work of the industry's gatekeepers who perpetuate a very specific, stereotyped, and narrow image of what Latinos look like. Afro-Latinos don't fit that mold, so they're constantly left out. When they are cast, they're stripped of their Afro-Latino dad. Rather than playing Latino or Afro-Latino characters, they end up playing black or mixed race characters, which we wish you would not take those parts. We wish those parts would go to actual black actors and actresses. If you want Afro-Latino, you need to do like Tyler Perry. You need to buy your own studio, write your own scripts, produce your own scripts, direct your own scripts, and then it'll be like you want them. And then you won't be over here, just like Gina Torres, complaining because I gotta play a black person. I can't play an Afro-Latino. Well, hell, ain't nobody writing for no Afro-Latino. Okay, so listen to this. The lack of stories that center on Latinos is staggering, and the lack of stories that center on Afro-Latinos is abysmal. This is not due to a lack of available Afro-Latino talent, but rather to a reluctance from the powers that be to invest in developing those stories or to allow the representation of Afro-Latino dad. This begs a change, and while that's easier said than done, progress is being made. That's all I need to say about this. They are very ungrateful people, and they don't know how to say thank you. Nobody is required to write stories about you or for you. If you want that done, you need to do it yourself. At least I can say this for the Africans. When the Africans get jobs, they get those roles. They do the best they can with those roles, and they don't complain about, oh, they don't have any roles for Nigerians. Oh, they don't have any roles for Ethiopians. Oh, they don't have any roles. You have to create your own if that's what you want. This is America. This is the land of black Americans. We have had to fight for everything we've gotten here. And while we're on the subject of Afro-Latinos and being misrepresented, the reason you're misrepresented because people don't know what your history is. This woman is Celia Cruz, and she was born in Cuba, and she's a famous singer and actress known for the salsa and the rumba and other dances. Why doesn't somebody write a script about her and let the Afro-Latinos perform her? She had a story, and some others, but y'all ain't got no story nobody knows about. You don't have any history that anybody knows anything about. Black American history is known worldwide. Yours is not. So that's how come nobody's writing any stories about you. Nobody knows who you are, and they don't know what you have accomplished. And you come here to America with a sense of entitlement, like somebody owes you a job or somebody owes you a place here, or it's somebody else's responsibility to dig into your culture and write something for you and give you a job. It sounds like lazy people to me. And as far as Black Americans are concerned, we have history here and we have culture here. And the people who run Hollywood know about that history and culture. They know enough about it to make movies about it. And while I'm on the subject, this same guy who's playing Bonnie Rustin has also bought the rights to Nat King Cole's story. So now he's going to be playing Nat King Cole. So instead of him buying the rights to Nat King Cole's story, why doesn't he buy the rights to an Afro-Latino story and play that person? See, that's the answer. This sense of entitlement that these people have is really astonishing, and it's also infuriating. And I'll repeat myself for emphasis. Black Americans have had to struggle and strive for their place in Hollywood. And you have these ingrates coming over here talking about, oh, we're misrepresented. You're not really entitled to any representation at all in Hollywood. And we see now that even black actresses are complaining about the pay disparity. Taraji said she only got $50,000 for that Benjamin Button movie. I just read where Leslie Jones said that she got $67,000 for Ghostbusters, and Melissa McCarthy got $14 million. And I don't know what the difference in the roles were. I'm sure Melissa McCarthy was the star and Leslie Jones was a co-star, but Leslie Jones is very good in her roles. But my point is that Black Americans have their own issues. And if these Afro-Latino dads want more, then you go out there and create that for yourself. And until you can get that off the ground, you need to learn how to say thank you when you fudge in on Black Americans' culture and get a role, get paid, get nominated for something, and then you complain about it. That is very ungrateful and tasteless. Those people, they really need to know how to say thank you. Okay, y'all. Thank you for thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Share the video. And as always, have a great day.